Hello, this is Carla Atherton, Director of the Healthy Family Formula and host and producer of the Children's Health Summit. And I'm just going to give you the quickest tour ever of the book, as well as what the book is part of, which is actually a family health revolution. My goal in writing this book isn't just to write a book, and which it is, so that there's a lot of information in one place, don't have to keep explaining it over and over. Gives people a really good place to start, families a really good starting point in reclaiming their family's health, some good resources, empowerment, all of that stuff. But to have something that is sort of static on paper can get outdated over time, and it can also miss that whole point of relationship, of community, of excitement, of new discoveries, of troubleshooting whatever is inside the book. Of having a guide, stuff like that. So what I've done is created more than just a book. And so I wanted to give you a little bit of information about that, because I don't know if you're going to get that from just reading this page. So if you found me, probably through the main website, and you've clicked on Family Health Revolution, the book. So my main website is healthyfamilyformula.com, and you can get there just by clicking HFF Home. But you're likely on the Family Health Revolution, the book page. And so as you'll see, it's called, if you want to just, type in your URL, healthyfamilyformula.com/Family Health Revolution, the book /. But each word has a dash in between. Just how my system does it. So if you want to get there, you can type that into your URL. Okay, so here's the book. The book's subtitle, or I guess, is The Definitive Approach to Elevating Your Family's Health, which I think it is. And so this sort of long paragraph sort of description that shows up on the cover is: use lifestyle medicine to overcome disease, illness, and discomfort. Demedicalize family health, slow down fast-paced modern life, reduce stress, and return your family to the ease of wellness naturally. So that is the goal of what I would like to help you to do in your own family's health journey. So here's a peek into the book and some infographics. So that's what you'll have landed on. But what I want to share with you now is actually, I need to do a new share, so I have to toggle between screens, is just give you a quick peek into the table of contents of the book. So I'm going to share that with you right now. Here's the digital version. So what happens is when you purchase the book, you get people who have purchased early, pre-purchased before the print was out, you get the companion guide as well. And the companion guide is really, it's actually a totally different book, but it is to help you to navigate the information that you receive in the Family Health Revolution, because there's nothing worse than getting information and you don't know how to use it. And you're saying, I'm so close to some solutions, but how do I do this? What steps do I take? And what exactly, like, products are going to work for me, or protocols, or maybe even assistive therapies, or how do I put together my team? All those questions are answered in the companion guide. And then, so what else do I want to tell you about that? So the companion guide, and as well, you get actually automatically this PDF. So you have a PDF always, the digital version. And then if you've ordered the print, then you'll get that in the mail. So you do always have a PDF, so you can have it on the go if you don't want to take your book. I'm a book lover. Like, I love books. I love the paper. I love the feeling. I don't like reading online, but I will if I have to, and I do a lot anyway, because there's a lot of research and information I need to go through, so I can't print it all and save the trees as well. But we are printing on, with good ink and, some good practices. So we are very cognizant of everything that we do here at the Healthy Family Formula for the health of families as well as our earth. So rest assured. All right, so there's the cover, and the foreword is by Madia Saeed, and you can read through some of the praise from some of my colleagues and past students, and if you like. But what I wanted to show you here right now is the table of contents. So the contents of the book are very comprehensive. And at the very beginning of the book, I explain what to do with that. So, what to expect from this book, sort of how to read it. And really, in a nutshell, you just read around if you want to choose different sections of the book, but it does read from chapter to chapter and flow that way as well. And I would love it. And I think it'd be really useful for you to read the whole thing at some point. So just depending what you need and when and how you read and that sort of thing, that it's really up to you how you enter the information. So we've got redefining health, and if you'll see, I'm just going to scroll, and you're going to just have to look for yourself. But you can have you can see there that there's a wide array of things that I really felt I needed to cover. So there's some introductory issues that I address about our medical system and what we need to reassess and reform, so that recovery is possible, and the nature of things. So what is really at the seat of our natural state of health, because I really think we are intended to be healthy naturally. We're not born ill. Well, very rarely we are. And so often it's a combination of our environment and our inputs that put us into this state of dis-ease or just not feeling so great, whether it be physically or mentally or spiritually even. So if we talk about the foundations of health, so all of these things can be tweaked and improved through what we call epigenetics. So what inputs that we give to our bodies as far as nutrition and exercise and sleep and rest and, our mental, emotional health and spirit and taking care of all of that, the internal and external environment as well, and our state of whether or not we are stressed or not. And so either these things can be stressful, or they can create rest and repair and the relaxation response if we are careful to or cognizant in how the choices that we make in our lives. So I go through all of that, and in part 4 we talk about what can go wrong when things in our environment are not beneficial to our health, or in the things that the practices that we keep in our lifestyles. And sometimes we don't really even know we're doing that. It's not that anybody's ever wanting to be ill, or purposely ignoring things, knowing that this is something that could cause any sort of discomfort for their family members. But I think that often we are on autopilot because our lives are so busy, our environment is so toxic, that it takes a new focus on these things to be able to unravel what's actually happening in our health in the 2021 now. So I go through these common diseases and ailments and illnesses, and sort of highlight some of the keynote points in there. And the reason for that is so that when we talk about when things do go wrong, we need to know what to do about it. So there's advocating involved sometimes, working with healthcare teams, finding what happened in the first place, which is really number one, is to remove the problem or problems, and how to work with our families and coaching our own families and being sane as parents and caregivers through that whole process. So we go through all of that in the book, and then reclaiming your family's health. So putting those concepts, those ideas into action. And so this reclaiming actually bleeds into the companion guide, which is even more actionable steps. So this really primes you to get to that point. A lot of you, you're all smart cookies. I know that for a fact. And so you probably can garner a lot of, what you can do from the content of the book itself. But the companion guide is really takes you a step further in that journey and being able to find the supports, because the thing is, we can be pretty strong, pretty tough, know a lot of things, but even your painter needs a painter to paint their house, even your doctor needs a doctor, even your massage therapist needs a massage therapist, even mothers need to be mothered. So so that's what I'm here to do, is to provide more of those supports to make these changes more imminent. All right, so how do we ensure our success? And some of those, there's some thoughts that I've had about that because of my own health journey, my own family's journey, teachings that I've learned, all of the things I've gathered through my trainings and my work with clients and friends and family, putting all that together to see why some things failed, or maybe not failed, but didn't happen as fast as I wanted them to, and what would have helped me and what has helped me through that journey, and how I support other people and what I find to be really useful and successful in that role that I play. So then we're talking about the end, mission complete. A little bit about me, some acknowledgements, which I would love for you to read, because it's a love letter to people in my life who have helped me to write this book in ways they didn't even know they helped. And I'm not talking rereading and editing, and that's part of it for sure. But I mean just by their support of me and my mission and my vision. And then we've got the resources and appendices. And I'll show you one of those things, because I think that's important before I finish up this tour, is to show you one of the things I worked really hard on, and that was I was so excited about it when we completed this. This was the first infographic, and it's basically a signature infographic that puts everything in the book into one graphic. So I would, as you go through the book, you'll understand how these things are important, and you'll be able to refer back to it. And when you go into what I'm going to show you next, which is the page that I have, or not just a page, I've created a hub of information for you. And that is where you'll find all of the downloads, etc. So let me go there. And I actually don't think I actually, oh, wait, I'm sharing the wrong screen. And I'm not gonna ditch this. I don't care if this is perfect or not. I'm totally not gonna ditch this. So I'm gonna go over there. Okay, all right. So I'm here. So when you go to this thing called Family Health Coaching, it's on my website. You get to it through Family. You go to Services and Support, all Services and Support. You go to the health, or actually you can go to Family Health Coaching. And then you'll find a link to this registration form. Also, when you purchase the book, you'll get your login as well. So you can do it either way. So if you purchase the book, you'll actually receive login information, and that you can log into our membership site. Now, funny thing, I'm not logged in, and I meant to be before I started recording this. So if I can do that quickly and multitask, I'm going to do that right now. So, and I don't see it pulled up here, so I'm not going to be able to. Okay, so I'm going to just explain to you what's on that website, okay? So it is the coolest thing ever. I think this is what takes us into the mission. And so what I have there is your download, okay? So you can download the book itself. And then you can also download the companion guide if it came with your purchase, or if you need to purchase it separately. It's a really nice, beautiful, a great resource. And as well, when you go there, there are amendments that I'm going to be making to the book at intervals during the year. So whenever there's an amendment, something that is old news, or that I wanted to add to it, something new that I've learned that I think belongs in the book, I'm going to amend the book on a yearly basis, but you'll have the amendments, and they'll be announced to my community anytime I make them, so that we're always up to speed. I have, so again, the PDF, and it will be up there. You'll have a resources page. So, and actually I'm going to be able to show you. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to share this now. I managed to log in as I was explaining. So let's see if I can find that here. Yeah, there it is. Okay, perfect. Okay, so a couple other things, and then I'm gonna just let you go, and hopefully you enjoy the book. But we have a resources page. We'll have readings that I'm posting up there as I get those finished. So I'll be reading little pieces of the book. And this is not the correct page that I meant to share with you. Oh, geez, always so much fun. Okay, so let's see here. This one, it's still being pulled up. Okay, so this is the VIP page. I call it the VIPs. All right, here we go. So you'll be able to talk, just tour around. We can make an appointment with me here. There's the home page, so if you ever navigate away, you can come back. There's my online family health practice, which is another thing that you could look into, which is basically coaching, group coaching, and individual coaching by me, as well as some of my HFF grads, because I have a training program. Readings that I'll be giving, like I said, resources for families. It's a huge resource page, and that should be done. If you're watching this after February 2021, that will be up there for you. If you're watching it beforehand, hang tight. It is coming, and it is sweet. Just click and you can find the resource. So, and it's also organized per chapter. Okay, so when you go into the resources, you'll see that, you know, all the stuff for that information you would want to know about, like nutrition, for instance, is all categorized and put in that specific spot. You can read about my other family health coaching services and the Practitioner Training Academy if you so choose. So there's the book download. That's what it's going to look like. That's me. And if you ever want to navigate around, you can use that as well at the top. So a couple other things that are coming up. Audiobook will be coming up if you'd like me to read the book to you. And we also have a whole bunch of programs that is through my Healthy Family Formula practice, which is like having a health practice with a health coach that's sort of helping you to head your family's health and pull everything together for you and with you and support you. But in there, there will be lots of different programs that you'll see coming down the pike. There are a couple available now. One of them is the 7 Days to a Healing Plan for Your Child, which I may offer to you folks who purchased the book as a coaching, resource, a live coaching session with groups, and that will lead you through the companion guide, actually. I have a type 1 diabetes program for optimizing the health of children with type 1 diabetes. And up the pike, we're going to be doing some mama and baby programs, autoimmunity programs, family nutrition, healthy aging, mental health and stress reduction, and some new children's health summits, and possibly a podcast, which is going to be really fun and connected to our group coaching sessions. So that's it. I really thank you for being with me. I'm just going to stop my share and listening to this introduction of the book. And if you purchase it, you will be hearing lots more from me with lots more information and support. And much love to you and yours.